Hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. I'm, I'm getting rid of the clove. I put a clove in my mouth, like 12:30 at night, something like that, and I put it on my tongue, and I let it then went up, then I da. It was blue light. I was doing some other stuff, and I said, maybe I can get the reception back because I couldn't record yesterday because, we're in the Eastern Cape. Well, can't say what happens with the internet here. Anyway, so my clove was gone. So every night I put a clove in my mouth, and then about 5 hours later, it goes down. Hey, it's blue light. That's right, going through blue light. But I think we're at the end of blue light now. We're at sunrise. Anyway, let's put it that way. Clove. So, so because of that, now football. When I was growing up, my first official job was selling hot chocolate for the New York Giants at the old Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. When I was like 16, and so I'm officially a Giants fan. Can't help it, just the way the circumstances is. I grew up in South Bronx. That's when I guess the Giants are in New Jersey now. When they changed over, they didn't start. They say the New York Giants. They say the Giants. Anyway, they're not New York anymore. They're actually New Jersey. It's branding, whatever it is. But I say all that just to say because of that, and because I really haven't followed football that way for a while because I've been in South Africa for so long that it's the differences how you say the amount of money it takes I really haven't been following football in years. But every once in a while I see something like there was I see something. But now lately, last couple of years, what they've been doing is they have every game. What they do as they have the NFL or whatever, they put out these clips. They're usually about anywhere from, I don't know, 10 or more than that, like 12 to 17 minutes long, where they do highlights of games. So you can keep up like that, keep up like that. And then so that when the end of the season comes, like when you go into what's called the playoffs, which will happen like in January, then what'll happen is you can keep the players in mind. You can sort of understand. So when the Super Bowl comes, where everybody watches the Super Bowl, well, not everybody, but people watch the Super Bowl, then you're up to date, right? Now, as read someplace, there was not a confusing thing, but the NFL was bemoaning, well, there's not enough people to go to the game, something like that. Even though they claim that not a lot of people watch football on television, stuff like that. Well, there's just a lot of other things to do. Plus, they have this situation. Plus, ain't nobody. Well, you ain't got no 3 hours to watch a football game. You got other things to do. You got other distractions, right? So they sort of anyway. So I don't watch football that way now, and even that I don't really follow the Giants like that. Well, but what I have been doing last few years, when I do get to follow football, you follow people. You follow. So it's like you go to a movie for a certain person. Like that. So what's happening now? Say for instance, say the Giants, they got rid of a guy running back. It's called Saquon Barkley, right? And that was their big say. They were trying to build this team around him for a while, right? And they got rid of him, sent him to Philadelphia Eagles, right? And the Giants really wasn't doing what they're supposed to do. But Philadelphia Eagles, they using him, and he what we call balling out. I mean, Saquon is killing it, right? So I'll follow certain people, quarterbacks, whatever it's like that. Okay, I don't know why I took that long detail just to tell you that, but I just told you that, right? But what's real, but when I'm not to combine the thing between the world stuff and now there's this thing in football. There's a lot, then plus there's a lot of commentators, people who show highlights of a game. Then they'll talk about the game. You have in different areas. You have different people that are dedicated to their team. They'll talk about it like that. Well, one of the people that I ran into about 2 years ago, a guy named Tom Grassi, and he's well, let's call him a comedian. He used to be a high school teacher. He's like a Green Bay Packers fan, a Packers fan. Packers, they're known because they're up in Green Bay. The team is owned by actually the community, put it that way. And in other words, they don't have no big owner, no one kind of owner guy, one kind of billionaire that's telling people what to do and stuff like that. Anyway, so he sees a diehard Green Bay fan, but he does his commentary. He's fair to everybody, but he's a Green Bay rooter like that. But he has this thing, and he gives a wrap up of certain games or certain things. But he has a comedic routines that he does. But he invented something that started, I guess, last year called "What if the NFL was scripted?" So he has a character, a scriptwriter, who comes in and he talks to the representatives of the team. He wears everybody's different jersey when he's talking about that team, and basically it's like he's saying that the scriptwriter is the one that predicts what's going on, in games right there. It's really great. Anyway, I love Tom Grassi, but plus he's unselfish. He does all this charity work or whatever have you. He's really good. So now we come to, like I said, this is audio drama day Thursday. It's audio drama day. We have, for these rants, I'm supposed to have different days. Like tomorrow, Friday, is a wrap up day. Talk about stuff that I missed or whatever it is. Tuesday is that was Friday, right? Saturday is whatever comes to my head. I gotta whatever comes to my head. Just a second, I gotta leave more sniffles. Saturday, whatever comes to my head. Sunday, I usually read something to riff off of that. Mondays is Me Day. Tuesdays is we focus around things that happen in the States Day, and Thursday is what happens Wednesday is what happens in the World Day, and then of course Thursday is Audio Drama Day, my favorite day. So now I'm combining a World Day and Audio Drama Day. Scripting. If the world events were scripted, scriptwriter. I gotta find out. I'm sorry, I gotta blow into this. Hold on, just a second. Every morning, my system is clearing out, and so whatever, I gotta blow my nose. Don't worry about it. Just a second. Oh, it's nothing. My goodness. So here's my concern, right? There's an area of Africa called the Sahel, right up there, and right now you'll know it because of a guy, Captain Terhare. He staged a coup. I call him Commander Ibrahim. Anyway, Commander Ibrahim. And actually there was a coup in Mali, which is I gotta get back. Well, I almost went to Mali because they have great. I just almost went to Mali one time. I was in Senegal. I almost went to Mali, but I didn't get there. And then Niger, right? I like the Niger guy because he has a beard like that. Anyway, and when they got together, and I figured what they was going to do, I said, "Ooh, this is wonderful." So I started paying attention. Right now, way back when the whole Gaza thing happened in the Mediterranean, I'm calling the Mediterranean, in that area of the world, the U.S. sent a lot of battleships there. They have like a little old Mediterranean Sea. They had it seemed like 3 battleships. Now, a battleship is like a city, whatever. And when I was thinking about, when I was saying that, and the Sahel just started, I said, hey, they can turn those guns around right to Northern Africa and cause some stuff there. I had a concern about that, right? And since then, because of the whole Ukraine stuff and the Gaza thing got longer than they thought, because they had the people are psychotic. People are, look, heads of corporations are how you call that? I want to say heads of corporations, heads of countries, whatever. And especially somebody stays in there a long time. They're basically psychopaths, they're big time psychopaths. And I don't know something about psychopaths. Psychopaths just mean that you want control, extreme control, and you do extreme things to make sure that you have that control. Okay, everybody follow me on this? Okay, great. So to have somebody like Commander Ibrahim and a bunch of other people that's come along not want say not wanting that control, but not to be an extremist in that way. It's kind of rare. So what Commander Ibrahim is doing, he's doing some extraordinary things. I mean, whoa! There's I watch certain African channels that talk about that, because I know you're all hooked up with American channels. I understand that or whatever, and I do that. I do some of them, but I like some African commentary too. So one guy said, there are countries in Africa that just want Captain Ibrahim just for a month, just because he's changing things. Oh my goodness, so good. And I was just I went across the headline. I didn't read the thing. Something like they say, because Trump is coming in, the guy that got the Matt Gates, whatever the guy is, they got rid of him. They got some other new attorney generals coming in. But either way, of course, America doesn't want to lose Africa, which they lose in Africa. Africa kicking France out. Now, let me say one thing about France. So I'm jumping all around, but I got to get to this point. Everybody says that basically in Great Britain, England, whatever you want to call it, whoever those people are like the poodles to America, like that, okay? Interesting thing, France had a long history, long history with America, not just the whole Napoleon, selling the Louisiana thing and all the rest of that stuff, but when I went to the University of Fort Hill, I talked to a guy in the geology department, just talking. I talked to everybody, and he said, "Did you know that the uranium used for the atomic bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, that uranium came from the the DRC." I said, "Really? Yeah." So, in other words, everybody said, "Oh, we got uranium states," but the amount somehow, and France controlled the DRC. So basically, France gave, because of gave the uranium to the states, and they've had a relationship for all along. The France and others, I say small countries, they control so much, and so when a lot of colonial powers, sort of left, air quotes, left Africa, France, can't control. Oh, excuse me, kept control. Control through economic beef. It comes to tooth every time you start. Meaning, they did the same thing that they did to Haiti. Haiti won the war, but Haiti had to pay France reparations, if you will, for years and years. And here we go. So, for years and years, they just paid off the debt a few years ago, and so they control the countries through economics. And all war is nothing but economics. People trying to control your whatever they're trying to control, right? Okay, so just to put a point on that. So France finally is getting their comeuppance, because a lot of the so-called francophone countries, hey, Brother Corn, salute. Hey, it's going to be an interesting year, man. And fraternities doing what they do. We'll talk about that another time. Anyway, just think I'll blow my nose again. Well, I'll wait. So what happens is a lot of the countries just kicking France out. Boop, 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 boop. And when they kick them out, all the stuff that France was ripping people off for, paying pennies to dollar for this mineral, paying pennies to dollar for that resource, whatever have you, they can't get it anymore. And the countries are getting it. I think it's Niger. Yeah, I think Niger is like out of debt free. What? Burkina Faso is on that road. A lot of African leaders who basically surrogates, puppets, whatever, of the former colonial powers and others, right? They are quaking in their boots, and they're like, whoa. And a lot of young people are coming up. Remember, Africa, basically the statistic is that the populations are mostly under 30 years old, and some, I forget what country it was. Was it Angola? Was it DR? Some places like under 20. What? Because remember, 30 is just the mean. Anyway, I give you all of that just to tell you that there are countries like, for instance, Botswana just had an election, and the young guy, the guy that got in there, he immediately says, "Yo, we ain't with, you know, we're with, you know, Commander Ibrahim. You know, that's our model." And it's whoa, and there's a lot of leaders that is just jockeying or whatever. It's like it's fascinating what's happening. Well, with this headline that I saw, this clickbait that I saw, they were saying that United somebody is concerned because they want to surround these kind of areas and with America. America wants to surround the area with military power, whatever have you, to basically not let the Sahel do what the Sahel is doing. And Sahel is getting because Senegal wants to join with them. Morocco is giving them a way to the sea. There's there's other countries that are basically joining in with them, and then what's really smart now, the Sahel, they have an alliance, right? And they have a military agreements, stuff like that. But the Sahel, like other things, they're not letting every country in. For instance, I think it's Ghana and Ivory Coast. They're not letting in, and they're saying because they're still controlled by the West. Now, hold on a second. I got another detour. Just recently, a few weeks ago, God is making this whole thing about Black Americans, American Africans, as I call us, have a right to get citizenship. I'm going like, oh, that's interesting. So there's this whole thing. A lot of times the U.S., these let's call it colonial. Forget U.S. The colonial powers, the colonizer. Let's keep it that way. The forces that colonize, and it's not just forget the countries thing. These things now are happening because the countries. Our countries are controlled by, again, it's economics, controlled by billionaires, by let's talk about consortiums and alliances, by colonizers from different countries, but they're together in wanting to go against, black people. I'm talking about worldwide now. And which is interesting. Gerald Horne has this book that says, before the big push for everybody coming to the United States, all these immigrants coming to the United States, if you're in Europe, you still do your little tribe, your little national tribe, just like Africa, just like every place, right? And as soon as they came to the United States, all of a sudden, that's when you're white. So whatever your tribe was, your nation was, when you come to the United States, you're white. And you're white because you're against black, right? And American Africans, black people, from way back then and up until now, we still in the fight. We fight. Our biggest problem right now, we have they have so many ways to try to destroy things. They keep on sending or other immigrants, whatever, come to the States, but instead of joining black, American Africans, black people in the fight against, injustice and whatever have you, they end up, trying to talk down to us. They end up basically joining the enemy that they didn't fight with the country that they ran from. Cowards. A perfect example. Let me give you a perfect example. Hold on. Got to do this again. Hold on. Nigeria. I'm not jumping on Nigerians, but I'm saying Nigeria. There was this guy, and he was against Shell, the Shell company, the oil company. Basically taking oil out and polluting the area down. It's the bottom of the delta down there, and they killed him. And in Nigeria, they didn't do nothing. They let Shell kill him, right? So you get a lot of people running to the States, say from Nigeria. When they come, I said, well, why are you here? You come here and you support and pay taxes or whatever. You support what the colonizer, the big colonizers from the States are doing, but you didn't stay there and fight Shell. So you're basically supporting the states that supports the country that supports Shell back in your country. So you don't want to fight them there, but you come here and jump on us and try to prevent us from fighting those forces, and talk. You see how that works? So a lot of these folks that's running from these, they're running for power, they're running from this war-torn area, this conflict. Well, the colonizer and their buddies, they create the conflict in that home country, be it wherever it is, Central America, wherever it is, Africa, Asia, and then those companies flood into the states, but they don't come as allies to people who are fighting against that state that continues to cause havoc in the world, that continues to bomb and destroy your country. So instead of staying in your country and fighting, you come to the States and join the colonizer to fight against the only people on the planet. You have to remember this. American Africans, black Americans that come through the whole lineage, lineage black Americans, right? We've been fighting for years, and people say, "Oh, but you're dividing us." No, you don't understand. For instance, Malcolm X's mother was from Grenada, his father from States, whatever have you. As you know, Marcus Garvey came up from Jamaica. There's a lot of people who have what we call Caribbean things or other African lineage, right? But when they come, they help American Africans. They help the black people in the fight. But now you've got a lot of people, at least since 1980, basically in the 90s, these people that come now, they're not coming to help to help free their country from from the source, meaning the colonizer. They come to join in the fight. It's crazy. Well, what we have now, I know I've been talking long. I gotta end this somehow. But what we have now, really, with the advent of internet, when the internet first came on, you have to remember, people say, "Are you old school?" No, I'm ancient school. And when the internet was starting, I was there. When everything was, I was there. When it first started, I said, "Oh, this is interesting." When especially it opened up, they say, "Oh, because we have citizen reporters now, right?" But now everybody, because everybody got a microphone, they can comment and stuff like that. They usually just comment and blah blah blah. But then you have a lot of people. Well, it's going to be more and more. They actually do research. So reporting is one thing. That's a presenter. You take information and then you present. But a researcher goes down deep, and then if you present your research to a bunch of people, which it spawns other researchers. You see, because what you're researching for is the truth, Ruth. So it's a fascinating thing what's happening these days. So you have people like Whitney Webb that go to even. This is I have to do that another day. Well, they'll get sponsors. They have people supporting their channel, but then they can finance real research and go some really dig deep because you're getting facts, and facts, or as they say, the truth shall set thee free, right? So anyway, I'm enjoying my little perch here. I got to do a lot of traveling, and next week we have a big thing here in DeBrother, and then I'll be a month where I'm working on my body alone, whatever, having a house sitting in Cape Town. But then I go to India for 3 months of really intense, finally getting body together. Then either I'll go straight from India to the States, which I probably won't come here. But by somewhere, then I got to do an event. Well, every year I get this 3 weeks in Cape Town, this whole food event. But then either before then, I think it's not going to be before, or after I get to the States. In other words, Brother Corum, I'm going to see you all live in about a year or less. All right. Okay, with that, got to go. But hey, keep your eye on the Sahel. Keep your eye on. Well, anyway, don't join the colonizer in recolonizing or neo-colonizing. Make that up. And I know you don't have the gumption, the courage, because the people that run over here, run to the States from the areas of conflict. Basically, I think they're just cowards. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. But don't know. We'll get that another time. So don't be a coward. If you can't do the fight, just don't do nothing. You know, so that, like a lot of black folks did with the election, just sat and then finally saying, "Oh, they lost Georgia because black people just didn't show up." You know, you could be neutral. Because like I said, when those people like Malcolm X, people like him, they come to join the fight. Don't come to join the fight for the colonizer. Come to either just support you, come make it richer, support people who are in the fight for justice, and that's the whole thing. Ooh, I talk way longer than I should. Anyway, I'll talk to you another time. I hope this goes up. We'll see what happens with the internet. Bye.